Hey everybody, I thought it would be fun for all you Few and Curse backers to get a inside look at some of the pre-production stuff I've gotten. I've sort of put together my own pre-production demo copy here. So I'm going to start with just opening it up. I'll pick the camera up here so we can sort of get inside a little bit more. Bear with me. So first up we have the board, which looks small, but there's the night side. You can see it's dual-sided because of thing, but it's quite large. You'll be able to set everything out on the table as you wish. Here is the Snake Mini, which is just too large to put in this box, but you'll see here that hold on a second. I should open this too. Here we go. I put these minis in this box just for protection. So you've got the Wendigo, Macenas, Alistair, who's from the deluxe box, but we did the miniature stuff first, production-wise, just so we'd have all the molds ready to go. Jebediah. Again, Ziamato. He is deluxe, but he's in my demo copy for now. Annabelle. The White Demon. Obviously the Crow, sort of the main villain of the first comic book series. And then last but certainly not least, the Redhead herself. So those are the miniatures. We'll set those out here. These cube colors are incorrect, but they just wanted to send me size and sort of piece stuff. So I've got some cubes in there just to use. We have these cards. All the cards I put in packs, so I'll go through those in a second. But just going into the box, you can see sort of how everything organized is the upgrade deck. Here are all the money chips and the wanted bounties that you put over here. And then these are the artifacts. And there's some sort of stuff to talk about that. So then we have some bases. So you'll have some colored bases again. These are just random. I have sent them the Pantone colors, but these are just to test. These will clip on the bottom of your character. So you can more easily identify who you're playing as, especially if you're not, a miniature painter. Then you've got the boards, and you can see that they're dual layered and cut to put your cubes and your cards in. They're actually really nice. They're probably my favorite part of the new demo copy I have right now. So let's get into a little bit more here. I'll sit down and put the camera down and try to get you guys some close-ups of stuff. While I work on it, I got a little stand for it. So let's start with some character cards. So these are, not separated or organized yet, but you've got all your character cards, dual-sided, with their curse cards. The way these work are, you're going to have your character board here. Guess I should get the right one for the right person, so I'll put the redhead. So here's Jebediah. So you put your character card right in here. You can see that it sits in the dual layered section, and you've got plenty of room to grab it or sleeve it if needed. But as you push your curse up over your threshold, you'll switch your card. So that's that part of the board. And then let's go through some of the quicker stuff. These are the job cards. Again, they're in order, so you'll see a lot of the same art together. I actually love the artists that we got to do this. I love how there's sort of we have all these portraits in the same style. And they're sort of thematically relate to the correct character. There's the Taskmaster. That one's sort of foreboding. So you'll shuffle these up. These go up here if you were setting the game up. And then we have the other tiny cards, or I don't know, whatever you call these smaller cards. This is all the items you can buy in the shop. which is down here in my bottom right. So again, you'd shuffle these up. Your sort of shop goes down here. These are the most wanted bounties, which you'll set up and put over here. The wanted bounties that flip, they'll go all over here. Then the monsters go on the bottom, and the rest of these cards are flipped up over here on the most wanted side of things. In this bag, I also put all the money chips. These are the standard money chips. If you got the deluxe version, you'll have wooden pieces. More on that later. That's the next phase of pre-production that we're working on. So you've got, money's water in the game, so you've got 1s, 5s, and water jugs, which are worth 10s. So you'll put those on your board, collect your water, you'll spend water to buy stuff. This bag, I think, has the encounters in them, if I'm not wrong. So we've got both types of encounters here. So we have the cursed encounters, which are the prettier ones. These will go in the upper left here. If I move these boards away, you can see the encounters up here. We have the cursed, the skull, and then the regulars. The regular encounters happen more frequently, but they're not really interesting to look through because it's just all text. That's sort of like a storytelling element of the game as you play it. Then you have the upgrade deck, which is actually the deck you probably interact with the most in the game, because these are the cards you improvise from. So you draw 2 cards. These will be the same because it's not shuffled, and you pick one to add to your hand. This is actually the only deck that doesn't have a spot on the board, because depending on how many players you're playing and where it should be, you're going to pass this deck around a lot or make sure it's in reach of everybody. Yeah, I like putting it on the compass or over near the side because it tends to shift a lot as people are drawing from it. It's also something you can obviously pick it up and hand it to people as well. But every round people will draw from this deck. You can see it's big. This is where you deck build and add all these awesome cards to your starting deck. So the starting cards. Last but not least, we have the artifacts, and this is actually something I can sort of talk a little bit about because this is one of the pieces that we've spent the most time doing. So one of the Kickstarter stretch goals was wooden artifact tokens. So we tried laser engraving just the pencil art of the black and white inks of the comic book art onto these, but the wood chips were cracking and a lot of the lines were too thin. So we have opted to go for a full color sticker that will go on the colored token. You'll also get, in your box, you'll get punch out versions of it, which are just cardboard, and you'll also have wooden chits that you can put stickers on if you'd prefer that. What I think is nice about this and why I decided to go this way is, number one, no one wants broken wooden tokens. Number two, I actually think that from a gameplay teaching mechanic wise, that the art, the full color art of the card, which, when you take this token, if I take this idol, I need to find that card, and this is going to go to my hand. I think that this actually, using the same art, actually makes that connection clearer when you're playing the game. It's easier to find the cards, etc., as opposed to even the sort of mock-ups before the laser would burn the wooden chips of just the lines. I think the color does make it easier to find the right token. And you'll notice that these tokens, when they're placed face down, they all sort of have a color associated with them, and those colors need to be grouped together. So if you're going to one of you put these three purples, maybe up here in this location, and then as you play, you're going to know that, well, those 3 artifacts are these 3 choices that I'm able to choose from, and if I go there first, I'm able to get the artifact I'm looking for. So you can actually make some sort of not only educated guesses, but informed decisions based on which artifact you prize the most as you play. So that's everything in my pre-production copy right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Let's just, since we've got this stuff, let's show off some of the tokens. We will have a yellowish token that'll sort of match the sand of the, of the world. So, if we go back to Jebediah, what you do with these cubes is, you would set up your tracking cubes in these slots to track your stats. And then these rings, and again, these are 3D printed, so they're not the molds themselves, but yeah, they fit. These attach to the bottom of your mini, so you can see what color you are when everything's done. So hopefully, for all you backers out there, you're getting excited about the game, and this was informative. We're making a lot of progress. As you can see, I don't have any of the deluxe stuff because we're still waiting on samples for that. We wanted to make sure we had the retail version sort of ready to print and go first, because it's obviously the bigger portion of the print run. So we're hoping to get everything approved and manufactured really soon, probably shortly after Chinese New Year. But until then, just stay tuned. We'll continue to give you updates every month and hope to get you the game as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.